I got two things that'll get you off of me: Jesus and my 38.
It's kind of tradition now where I start off these news updates talking trash about Mortal Kombat. But see, I didn't want it to be this way. If you rewind like 2-3 months ago, I was like, oh my god, this game's gonna be fantastic. We all were. And then it just failed so hard. You guys heard the speech, yada yada yada. But this time around, it's not even me talking trash about Mortal Kombat. I showed you the statistics, how Mortal Kombat on Steam matches up to Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, the beta playtest. Both numbers for Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 is strong. Mortal Kombat is not. And just to show you how bad the numbers are for Mortal Kombat 1, there is more people playing Mortal Kombat 11 than Mortal Kombat 1. Think about that. Think about if Tekken 8 came out and then within a month there was more people playing Tekken 7 than Tekken 8. That spells disaster. Every time I look on Twitter, I see player after player just complaining about something. You have Super complaining about whatever they're complaining about. Bruce Poet complaining about $12 fatalities. That's more than minimum wage in the Americas. And then you also have Sonic Fox being disappointed by the new patch that they released. I mean, every way you look at this game, players are just disappointed, and the numbers show it. Okay, let's talk about the Tekken 8 news. There's some discoveries, there's some tweets from Harada, there's a lot of things. First, let's start off with some of the things that was discovered in the beta. Players were able to find a hidden menu where you can customize your profile. You can set the main character and their pose. When we get our hands on the game the next time around, I'll definitely keep an eye out for this. But something else that I saw that was really important. SkyTour Rush sent me this tweet of theirs. It's 2 screenshots, and this is a report feature that's within Tekken 8. Somewhere in there, you can go back and you can look at the list of players you encountered, select one, and you can choose report this player. Intentional disconnects, that's plugging. Purposely reducing the connection quality. Oh, inactivity, harassment, bullying, exploit, bugs, cheating, hacking, inappropriate character customization? What? Rookie hunting? There's a lot of stuff in here. This is exactly what we wanted. Now, Tekken 7 was plagued by a lot of these problems, right? And we wondered how will Tekken 8 address it. This is the answer. Now, the only thing that's left to do is to wait to see if this works. If someone gets reported for smurfing or plugging, how many chances do you get before you're out of there? I was saying at this point, it should be like maybe 1, 2, 3, you're done. Like, players who are plugging in Tekken 7, they know they're breaking the rules. Carrying that habits into Tekken 8, which a lot of people did. A lot of people already carried that nonsense into Tekken 8. It should be a 0 tolerance. 1, 2, 3, you're gone. I want to see like if it's a permanent ban, if it's a timeout, if it's what is it, you know, because every game operates differently. You know, Rockstar, they'll ban you to the year 333, but some games they'll just ban you for like 10 minutes. So which of the two will it be? Only time will tell. Speaking of time, the time on the backdashing was increased in the beta test. This is what all the players wanted. I've seen people saying that it's still not enough. Hypebuff Gigas did a side-by-side comparison, and they showed that the backdashing currently in Tekken 8 is better than Tekken 7. Now, this is not Korean backdashing. This is simply pressing back, 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 back. Just backing up normally, it cancels and restarts faster than Tekken 7, and you're able to create more space. And this is what a lot of people were saying is like, instead of Korean backdashing, just make the normal backdash reset faster. They heard us. They're listening. I don't know if you guys still want it to be more. Me personally, I'm satisfied with this. Another thing that Hypebuff Gigas discovered, but also I discovered it too.
Whose outfit is this? The one I'm sitting next to, this suit. Victor? Oh my god, we found Victor's outfit.
Potentially Victor's and Reina's skin, because this could just as easily be like a Lei Shao Kahn and Alyssa. This could be a lot of different characters' outfits. With Paris Games Week literally happening in less than a week, everyone is wondering who, what will be announced. It seems like it's going to be Victor, but see, I don't want to get my hopes up. I did a poll and I was asking you guys if you're expecting a reveal, and everyone's already like, yeah, it's going to be revealed. So who knows? Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the moment where they announce Victor. I mean, if you think about it, it kind of does make sense. They announced Aquafina at Evo. You announce Victor at his own event, and then you save Reina for last. It makes kind of sense, you know. But we'll get to that reveal when we get to the reveal. Let's continue.
우와 이거 뭐예요? 야! 엄청난 패턴. 야!
Arslan Ash has won Uprising 2023, held in Korea. He went to Korea and decimated everyone. Sukasa Mikasa is what Arslan did. It says, and became the first player ever to score over 2,000 points on the TWT leaderboard. This has never been done before, and Arslan did it. 2,150 points. And I really want to see how Arslan performs in Tekken 8. We know all of these guys are playing a cracked version in private. So when that Evo Japan kicks off, it's going to be crazy. I want to see what he can do. You know, all this chip damage, backdash nerfs, and all this stuff is done because literally Knee and Arslan Ash. So I want to see how these two players can overcome these hurdles that was put against them in a real tournament against one another. Tekken 8 is shaping up to be a gem, but it's a real bummer that the females seem to have a lack of facial expression. So basically, once again, everyone's talking about the faces. The last time we talked about this, I said the fact that we're sitting here complaining about face expressions is just an example of how good the game actually is. Like, once again, shift your attention to Mortal Kombat. They were talking about face expressions when the game was first being shown off, right? The character Tanya, they was like, oh, this character looks ugly, whatever, right? They got their hands on the game and they realized her face was the least of the concerns. They have all these other problems to deal with. So the fact that months after months after months playing the game, new trailer, playing the game, new trailer, the fact that we constantly, the only issue we have is female faces, that's a W in my opinion. That's a W. That's as close to perfect as you can get. The tweets from Harada. There's a couple, so I'll try to get through this quite briefly. First thing first, RIP. His dog Heihachi-kun passed away. Moment of silence. The next tweet, it says, I'm not a waifu kind of guy, but Eliza is a whole bowl of perfection. Thank you, Harada, and whoever designed her for realizing her in Revolution and later in Tekken 7. Harada says, she was a planned and proposed for Tekken 6 when I was developing it, but at the time it was forfeited. I was one of the ones who made the decision to forfeit her. Someone says, Harada suggests some good movies. He responds and says the Hollywood version of the live action movie Tekken is a horror movie. I just thought this was so brilliant because people try to say like, Harada, you're making trash movies, but really it was out of his control. And the fact that he's over here saying that movie's a horror movie, that movie is terrifying. Good job, Harada. There was a person who responded to Harada and asked him, why not give the game for free? Talking about Tekken 8. Harada said, okay, so I gotta explain that if I die per fortune teller, basically the tweet before this, someone was saying, Harada said that he received a fortune way back many years ago that he was going to die on October 27th, whatever, right? So he was just saying like, well, today's the day. Is it going to happen? And it has not happened, right? So that's kind of where this all spawns from. But the person says, well, if you're gonna, die, give out Tekken 8 for free. That's a weird, okay, that's weird. But Harada says, if he does die, he will give, bro, this is crazy saying this. Basically, the reason why I think this is so important is because at one point in time, the idea of Tekken 8 being free to play was being thrown around. Eris was throwing around the idea. I think even Harada was talking about how games is shifting towards free to play. This is when I first brought up the idea of a battle pass. Free to play, battle pass, those things is a match made in heaven. So I just think it's interesting that this person was asking for that and Harada responded, The final